Now we are going to do division of polynomials. We will be dividing a polynomial with another polynomial. Now at first we write 44 x raised to power 4 minus 5x cube minus 24 x square upon 11x and x minus 8. This is how we do the division. Can you take out anything common out of the terms in the bracket? Yes, we do have something common. Just check. If we take out x raised to power 2 common, that is if we take out x square common, it will become 44x square outside the bracket. Now what are we left in inside the brackets? X square minus 5x minus 24. This remains as it is. What is in the denominator? We have 11x and x minus 8. Now we can solve the terms outside the brackets. How come? X and x gets cancelled. We cancel the 11 with 44, that goes with 4. What are we left now? 4x x square minus 5x minus 24 upon x minus 8. Now what do? We have to solve the bracket. How do we solve the bracket now? Just remember what we are doing. We are factorizing. So we have to factorize the terms in the brackets. Now we can see there is nothing common in the brackets. Neither we can do the regrouping of the terms, nor we can apply any identity. Now what are we left with? The splitting the middle term method. Now I am doing it separately to make you understand that how is the splitting done. X square minus 5x minus 24. We multiply the first and the last term to get 24x square. Now we take out the factors of 24. 2, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3. Now these are the factors. Now we have to make the factors in such a way such that adding or subtracting them makes us the middle term. Now let us try. 3 2s is 6 and 2 2s is 4. 4 plus 6, not possible. 2 2s are 4. 4 into 2, 8. If I combine them together, we get 8. And if we have 3 here, what is 8 minus 3? We can get 5 easily. And if you multiply 8 and 3, what will you get? 24. That means our factors are correct. So we will do x square. We require minus sign in the answer. So we will put minus with the bigger number and plus with the smaller number. Right? And write the next term as it is. What we get? X common x minus 8 and 3 common x minus 8. Now we take out x minus 8 common. We are left with x plus 3. Now this is what we get out of this. Now we can place it as it is into the question. Now what do we get? 4x into x minus 8 into x plus 3 whole upon x minus 8. Now can we cancel out these terms? Because the terms that are in multiplication can be cancelled. Now I have cancelled both these terms. What are we left with? 4x and x plus 3. These cannot be solved any further because there is nothing further possible. Nothing is coming out common in them. Right? So that was how we divide any polynomial with another polynomial. Similarly, I have taken up another examples over here. Now let us try and solve this one. Over here we have in the numerator z. Now do we have anything common in both of them? Yes, we do have. What is it? We have 5 common. So the outside term will become z into 5. What are we left with? Z square minus. If 5 comes out common, what are we left with? 16. Right? You can check your answer also. 5 into z will give you 5z square minus 5 into 16 would give you 80. That means whatever you have taken out common is absolutely correct. Now in the denominator we have 5z common and z plus 4. We can see 5z and 5z coming common. We can cut them. Both can be cancelled. Now we are left with z square minus 16 over z plus 4. Can we write 16 as the 4 whole square, and we can write z plus 4 as it is. Now this is coming out to be the identity that we have used once. What was the identity? The identity was a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and a minus b. So we can see the numerator of the question is solving out to be this way, right? So we can place it like this. The numerator will become z plus 4 and z minus 4 whole upon z plus 4. Now z plus 4 and z plus 4 can be cancelled because everything was under multiplication. So what am I left with? Z minus 4 is my answer. Similarly, we have the next question. Here we have 5pq in the numerator into p square minus q square. Again, I will remind you of the third identity. The pq square minus p square minus q square is in this form, isn't it? Right? So we can put it into this way. What we will get over here? We will get p plus q and p minus q whole upon 2p into p plus q. Now similarly, we can cancel p plus q and p plus q. Also we can cancel the p and p over here. What are we left with? 5q into p minus q in the numerator whole upon 2. Now nothing further solving is possible, so we will let it remain as the answer.